Corey Holcomb, 5150 hour, Foxhole Live, 11 p.m. Pacific time. No, it's 11 Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific time. We got one of those topics this week. It's actually kind of serious. You know I'm silly. I'm going to make fun out of everything. But the topic this week is, what does America's citizens do with the elderly, and are nursing homes bad? Call us at 877-210-6106. We got some real tear-jerking stories about people who put their mom and them in the kennel. Corey Holcomb, 5150 Show. We'll be back. Peace. Hey! Hit the road, Jack.
That's horrible.
What? Hit the road, Jack. Let's face reality. This is America, and when our parents get older, that's what we do. We tell them to hit the road instead of taking care of them. So,
well, I don't know, certain cultures, not my culture.
Well, Mexican people put they people in the goddamn old folks home too.
Nope.
You don't do yours?
No, nobody ever in our history, never. No.
So nobody from your family has ever gone to the nursing home?
Nope.
Okay, hold on.
Stay home, and everybody think you take care of them. We don't do that.
Of course, everybody knows I'm eating M&Ms, but it's gone. I mean, I still got to smack the shit out the back of my tongue, but everybody knows that's Darlene talking. And
I'm just being real. That's all.
We're gonna get into that, Darlene. That none of your old folks go to the elderly home. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, but normally the producer of the show, he's normally a quiet guy, but he had a story that I really want him to put out there, Guy Black, about what happened to his dad when he took him to the old folks home.
Wait a minute, we gotta have a little more respect for my father now.
Did you take him to the old folks home?
Nursing home.
Okay, whatever you want to call them, motherfucker.
No, seriously speaking, you gotta say that, because there's people 30 years old in the nursing home.
You took him to the place where you threw with him at.
Wow.
That's the ghetto version.
No, he needed proper care that they weren't getting at the house.
My mom couldn't take care of him, and I wasn't living in town, so we thought
you shook him.
To this place. Man.
What happened, Guy? What happened? Listen, I want to hear the story.
What happened, Guy? We want to hear it.
No, seriously. What happened is, I want to shout out to Crestwood and Robbins, Illinois, where I'm from. This is where the place. Whatever. I know where you from.
I'm just fucking with you. I fucked a lot of bitches in Robbins.
Exactly. My sister said hi. We took him there thinking that he was going to get, at least taken care of and being watched every day. And one day I went in to visit him, and he was literally on the floor of the nursing home, out of the bed. So we called the manager over, and they just kind of threw him back up in the bed. So we had to file an actual complaint. And it ended up being that they actually paid for his stay there, that we didn't have to pay for, because they didn't want to get sued big time and, go to the press. But I'm just saying, the place was always filthy. It smelled bad. They'll clean it up when you're taking tours, but then 2 weeks later when you go in, it's smelling bad. And it just wasn't a good look for someone wanting to put their family in there. And you see so many people in there, and I know you were joking, but seriously, people just take their family there and leave them. They never come visit them. They don't do anything.
And these are not cheap places.
No, it's very expensive. And, Medicare, Medicaid, or whatever only lasts for so many days. So after 90 or 120 days, I think it was, you either got to move them, pay something on it, or you got to get out. You got to get out. So, we were in that position for a while, and it was just a bad situation.
I know it had to choke you up when you saw your dad just laying there on the ground. Like, just saying, you happened to see him being on the ground. He's probably on the ground a lot.
And we didn't even know it. I'm going once every other week or whenever when I flew it.
That's fucked up.
It was kind of messed up. Man.
What if they had a nickname for him, like Ground Dude?
You know what?
I'm fucking with you. You don't ever talk shit. I gotta make the show funny.
No, I understand. I can come up with a nickname for him too.
We have a guy who works in this field. My dumb ass don't even know the profession of what it's called. Brother, could you say your name?
Michael Grissom.
Michael, and what do you do for a living?
Well, we are associated with helping seniors, and the name of our corporation is Meeting Seniors' Needs. Okay. And just like you had mentioned earlier, who's taking care of our seniors? Are we just taking our family members who, changed our diapers and took care of us through school and made sure that we got everything we need? What are we doing with our parents and grandparents today? Well, most of us are, just like you said, we're too busy, and we like to try to find a place that could take care of them in some cases, and in some families, cultures, they continue to take care of their elderly. But sometimes there's illnesses that prevent you from taking care of.
Like you won't be able to do it. Like you're not qualified to do it. Is that what you're saying? A regular person?
Yes, exactly. You're not qualified. You don't have the expertise that it takes to help during the illness. So that's what you're faced with, and it's sad.
I got a question.
It's still a choice, though. But go ahead, because you have hospice and you have a lot of other things to get to. But if you have to go that route, it is scary to put somebody up. I couldn't even imagine.
What would be an illness where a good example of an illness where a regular person wouldn't be able to take care of their elderly parent?
Cancer.
Cancer is a big one, definitely. Cancer. Dementia is another one.
What's dementia? What's that?
Oh yeah, they can't.
That's when the lights are on, and but there's nobody at home, and it's just like I said again. It's sad that families don't pull together, and it's really hard. Let's look at it like this: if you're working 8, 10, 12 hours a day, and you have to come home and take care of your father or your grandparents, you just don't have the energy throughout the day to do that. So we have to look for someone else to assist us. And in many families, we just don't live in a tight-knit community like we did back in the day. So we're spread out 30, 40, 50, 60 miles. And it makes it difficult for us to take care of our loved ones. But see, we're there to help take care of your loved ones.
Do they have a website or something where people can go to?
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit later on, because we're going to have Miss Smith come up, and she's going to tell us some very interesting things about how you can help your grandparents, and you can help your father or other friends or people. There's a lot of us in America right now that are reaching that age of 55,
but this isn't an actual place. This is, explain more about it. This is, you actually help them find where they're going to take or what they're going to do with their parents.
We have many different things that we help seniors with. Example, your medication. We help you with your health care. That's one of the big problems that seniors are faced with. You've had insurance all your life, and all of a sudden you have Medicare and Medi-Cal available to you. But what's happening is your insurance companies are going to try to get you off of the insurance, and they're not telling you that you've got these other avenues to go down. So that's why you'll want to make sure that you listen a little later on. And Ms. Smith is going to come up, and she's going to enlighten you on how you can help take care of seniors. I
think that if you, like, for example, if you're in a situation where you have to have some help, like you said, you work a lot of hours and you need help, from what I understand, there's a lot of instances where people never even go visit them. They just drop them off, and it's almost like you do a puppy. I remember my puppy that ate up the couch. We just dropped him off.
It happens.
Yeah. He shouldn't have ate the couch. I couldn't do nothing about it. My mama was going to beat him up, so we dropped off the puppy. Everybody looking at me like I'm cold. Peter going to be up here. I ain't Mike Vick. I don't give a fuck. I ain't got no money like that.
No, but see, at least you didn't abandon him. You dropped him off at a facility, right?
Yeah,
that could take him in.
I want to know one thing. Did he find his way back?
No, he didn't find his way
back. You wouldn't want to go back there.
We knew where to drop the puppy off.
You don't want to go back to Corey.
We dropped the puppy off around a whole bunch of women. So
it tells me a little bit about you.
Women pick up puppies.
Ate the couch.
Yeah, the dog.
What is that saying?
If the dog ate the couch,
you got to feed him.
No, he just was a puppy. He was aggressive.
He's a baby, exactly.
Right. So it was my mom idea. It was her couch. She was like, "Get that motherfucker out of here."
So here we go with an elderly parent, and they're following around.
So if I ever have to drop my mom off, I'll be like, "You remember my puppy?"
You're gonna take it out on her? That's terrible.
Now you know how the puppy felt. No, I'm just tripping. Back on the seriousness of this.
Cold.
I know.
We got a call. We got a
call from Boss Pimp, one of our favorites. Boss Pimp, talk to us.
Hey, what's going on, boys? My fine ass wife, Darlene. How y'all doing this week?
Hey.
All right, man.
All right.
On the serious note, though, man. Hey, man, on the serious note, is taking my man of leisure days, man. I had a couple of shorties that was working up at the nursing home for me, and I ride through there and check my keys on payday, and Man, I fall in there, man, it's smelling like piss and it's smelling like shit, and I be damned if I'm going to put my mother or my grandmother that's still with me, I'd be damned if I put them in there, man, because, I mean, it's a terrible situation. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and when they get to that age where they just can't really take care of themselves, I already just mapped it out. I'm just going to do the home health care thing. I'm going to hire somebody that's going to be there at the house taking care of them, man. That's just how it's going to be.
Fortunate situation, though, Boss Pimp. That's a very fortunate situation. Most people aren't that fortunate.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks for the call, Boss Pimp. Yeah, a lot of people, they don't have the money to have someone there.
People always say I would never put my mom and dad in there. You know, I said that before. But you never know what financial. It costs a lot of money to have home care or whatever. I mean, it's just so much money involved. It's really more money than it is medical.
It seems like you would be able to hire someone cheaper than a nursing home to watch them. Just make sure they.
Well, they do have in-house assistants now. They do have a lot of that, and they have a.
Just make sure they're not sexual predators.
I'm gonna say you're working with the same thing when you got somebody you don't know looking out for your mother, your father. I mean, what could happen?
It's cheaper though. It don't matter. Like if he rape us or something, that'll be bad, but it's not as expensive.
Don't listen. Don't listen.
Okay.
Well, she old. What? She don't feel it no more, right?
Don't listen.
Yeah, I know. I slept with an old lady. Can y'all say y'all slept with an old lady?
Mom, you didn't hear that, did you? I hope my mother didn't hear that.
No, your mother don't listen to this shit. That's that ignorant motherfucker from the 5150 show.
She gonna say, boy, you was on this show? I can't believe you was on this show.
So, but I want to say this. Now, we haven't gone online and checked y'all track record. Y'all do good by the seniors, right?
Of course.
We don't have no complaints against y'all, do we?
Hey, you checked the website out. You didn't see anything, right?
Actually, I didn't check it out yet.
Shame on you.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Well, since you didn't check it out, yeah, we are A1 standing. No.
There it is.
Absolutely, we are.
There you go.
See, the biggest thing is we are people who care. And that's what America does not do anymore. No one cares. Take example, when we walk past each other coming in here today, how many of us took the time to speak? We don't do that. We don't want to get involved with somebody else because we don't want to hear about their problems. But I believe we've got another call coming up, right?
Mm-hmm. I spoke to everybody when I walked in the room, but I had something behind it. I'm up to something. I admit it.
Okay. I say no matter how nice you are and how cool you are, from my experience, I would like everybody to check the Better Business Bureau before they put their parents in a nursing home.
And that's coming from experience.
That's what you do. You're a nice guy, but I don't know.
And
I'm not going to put your folks in a nursing home. I'm going to help you find someone that's going to take care of your parents. You know,
is
if you
this
have a problem
how
right
is this run? Is this a nonprofit? Is
it's
a
nonprofit
government
organization?
Okay,
nonprofit.
How expensive? I mean, can we talk prices like that? Like, let's say somebody's listening to the show. Would they have to call, or like, let's throw a figure out there? I got a 83-year-old grandmama who need a pamper change while I work.
Well, listen, because they do have adult daycare, so you don't have to leave them there to live there. They have a daycare where, like a child, you can drop them off and they're there all day.
You got to burn a lot of gas. We want them at the house.
What?
Using the clean rags I washed. Listen, we got trouble.
I can't believe you washed anything.
We're going to get on that blaze in a minute. We got trouble from Oklahoma in the house.
Oh, trouble in the house.
Hello?
Hey, it's a girl.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? First I want to say I'm 28, and I'm taking care of my great-grandfather, my great-granddad, and my grandmother before they all passed away. I put my life on hold to take care of them because they took care of me when I was a child. Second, I'm from Georgia, and there are so many different avenues and facilities. I work for a kidney specialist. There are so many different avenues that you can go down and get free care for your elderly parents. There are different programs, Medicare and Medicaid, that will sponsor where you can have people come into the house while you're working, and you can still provide that in-home care.
Right, but they need to. A lot of times, people just don't know where to start looking, and that's where you guys come into play, right?
Absolutely.
Go to your doctor.
The doctor can help as well?
If you go to the doctor and you talk with every doctor has a social worker, and every primary care doctor, you go to them and tell them what assistance you need, and it is their job to go through and provide you with a list of people and a list of services that the insurances will cover to come in and do that in-home health care, be it cook a meal, change a diaper, do light house duty, house cleaning until you're able to come home. So there are ways around putting your family in a nursing home, and I believe that the ones who do it 8 out of 10 times are the ones who really just don't care or have that time. But they need to keep in mind one day they will be in that position, and you will reap what you sow.
Well, we got people. That's good information, but not everybody has insurance, and most doctors, I don't know if they give out all that information you just gave out.
Well, actually, what they do is they have case managers who take care of you when you're in the hospital. But when you're out of the hospital, then who's taking care of you? Mm-hmm. If you have problems with your mother or father or the senior in your home, who do you go to if you're not associated with that case manager at the hospital? Of course, that's what their job is to make sure that you have your oxygen, you've got your walker, you've got a bed if you need that when you are on your way home. But once you're at home, if you are taking care of your parents, you're working 8 to 12 hours a day. When do you have time to get on and call somebody with the government who is going to take the time to help you? You're on the phone for 2 and 3 hours. It's ridiculous what we're doing in America today, and I'm tired of it.
Wow, that's real talk. He getting charged about it too. We had to get off the phone. Trouble, I hope you're still listening, because I understand you say you took care of your grandfather. I want to know. Call me back if you get a chance, because I want to talk about your giving him a bath experience. Okay, we want to know what you were up to. I think people crazy. I think people should have a license to wash up seniors after a certain amount of time.
I did it. I did. I had to help my own dad. So
you washed your dad up?
I had to help hospice, of course. There you go. Listen, all I gotta say is, if you're not cool with your kids or your lady, or you were an asshole to a lot of people, good luck. Like these dudes dating all these young girls. If you're not treating people right, you're going to be ass out by yourself, because ain't nobody going to care about you.
That's the point I was trying to make. Who's giving them a bath? It might be a vengeful woman like this.
Stop. No,
turn your ass. Oh, my God.
They won't even be there for you. You're going to be all alone. So all these dudes, these men that keep messing around with you, you're going to be by yourself.
We see what you've been through. We're going to get ready to take a break.
You be nice to me, I'm going to take damn good care of you. Let me just tell you that.
Okay, we'll take your word for it. Corey Holcomb, 5150 Show. I'm still trying to figure out this song. I know it's something bogus because everybody looking crazy. Or some old shit. Anyway, we are here talking about what does America's citizens do with the elderly in our nursing homes. Bad, safe, whatever you want to call them. Give us a call at 877-210-6106. Before the last segment, we had a young lady named Trouble. She was giving information, trying to be helpful, but we have people with something to say about that information Trouble gave. Go ahead, ladies.
Well, what I want to say is that maybe in Georgia it's that way, but out here in California, they don't really have that help. Especially last year in July, they cut all the benefits, well, a lot of benefits to the seniors, like dental, vision, podiatry. Those type of things are real closely related to diabetes and different issues that seniors have. So if they can't go to the dentist, they can have heart problems that they can't detect. And, they're cutting more benefits now. The in-home health services, those are being cut. There's a lot of things that people say, oh, well, you can get this. Yeah, but if you're $2 over the poverty level, you can't get it. So now you're spending $1,000 because you made $2 more. So there's a lot of issues that come about, and people like Mike was saying, they don't take the time to help their parents. I deal with people every single day. As a matter of fact, today I dealt with 3 different seniors that have 3 different issues. One of them is paying his Medicare $96.40, plus they want to give him a penalty of $80-something because when I went to see him earlier in the year, they said, well, you didn't have credible coverage, which meant that he didn't have good coverage. If you have good coverage, you don't have to pay the $96 to get Medicare. Well, he did have that coverage, but now they told him, no, you can't have the Part B now, and you're going to have the penalty because you weren't working when you had that coverage.
So it's always something. It's always something,
and they just go around every corner, and then they find a roadblock, another roadblock. So it's really frustrating for us that help them. Imagine them, they're 70 years old, they don't know who to call. stay on the phone for 20 minutes saying, your phone call is very important to us, but we won't answer it until, whenever we get around to it.
And that's real enlightening, because the way Trouble was talking, it was like, oh, there's an answer for this, there's an answer for that. But in fact, they make it where the average person will keep hitting roadblocks where they will never get to the end of it all.
Yeah, and we're dealing with age. You know what I'm saying? Unlike children, where they're cutting stuff out for child watch and everything like that. But this is the elderly, so I'm pretty sure they're getting really the abandonment issues because nobody cares about it.
And that's the thing.
They're thinking they're almost at the end. I think.
And that's the whole thing behind meeting seniors' needs is we want them to go somewhere like our organization where they can get some answers, where we'll help them call and make sure that they get the proper answer that they were looking for, because when they're going out blindfolded and just trying to make sure something sticks. But here at Meeting Seniors Needs, what we do is we'll make sure and help them call Medicare, Medi-Cal, skilled nursing facilities, get the money that they deserve, because they're entitled to it. They just have to claim it. And a lot of people don't understand that they have to claim it in order for them to get it. Mm-hmm. And all it is a phone call or an application. It would take us about 10 minutes. It would take them about 2 months to figure it out.
What was your name, by the way?
My name was Manuel.
Manuel, and can all you guys say your name so people will know who's
and the
talking?
name of the program?
My name is Marnie Smith. The name of the organization is Meeting Seniors Needs.
Right, and you guys help seniors.
Yes, my name is Lucia, and I also work with Marnice. And last Friday, I went to see a lady out in El Monte. She had requested information from me, so I called her, and she was crying, and she said she was going to kill herself. So I went out to her home, and I talked to her, and I tried to tell her, why would you kill yourself? She thought she was 65, but she was actually 64. But she said because they're charging her $4,000 in taxes on her $60,000. Well, she has a $60,000 mortgage, and she said now Medicare wants to take another $110. She goes, I can't afford it. She just said, I'm just going to call my doctor and have him give me medicine. I'm going to take it all. So
it's just tough on the elderly, period.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to do that. I mean, like you should never want to kill yourself. There's all kinds of ways to make money. There's the NBA All-Star game.
You know what? Listen, we have a question in the audience. Let's take a question break. Warren Bell, what's your question?
Well, it's not really a question. It's more of a statement because we've talked a lot about the problems and the issues that exist. But just understanding that this is something with some planning that can be addressed. There's a form of insurance that's out there called long-term care. And if you plan early, it provides for coverage for this kind of thing. It's not covered by your medical plan. Your medical plan probably provides about 90 days worth of care in the home after that plan is done. So the long-term care process is really centered around if you have a scenario. Cost factors for this could be up to what, $150 a day here in California? That's $54,000 a year. That's a lot of money, and that's where the issue is coming in at.
So how early would you say a person should get started? Age 40?
Age 40. And for those that are age 40 and can help, and you know that your parents are potentially headed for this because they're healthy and they're going to live a long time, they say one out of every 3 people are going to be engaged with a long-term care scenario. So unless you have planned for it and planned for it early, then you'll encounter some of the challenges and difficulties that you're talking about. To get Medicare and Medicaid, you have to spend your asses down to $2,000. So if your parents do have some money, you can forget about your inheritance.
So where do you go to get this long-term care?
You can go to almost any insurance provider. I would prefer if you came to me, but if you can go to any insurance provider, and they would help you in that process.
Okay.
Shameless plug for myself. Shameless plug for myself. But however, it's more about the education than anything else.
Exactly.
Understanding too that this policy is a policy that receives a tax credit.
Right.
You can actually write this off.
Right.
But it's about planning early, and it's about looking out after yourself, and it's about looking out after your parents during this time, so that you don't encounter some of the challenges.
Well, one of the things through Meeting Seniors Needs that we offer is certainly educational seminars. We are actually working with various different churches. We're actually in various different states. Ultimately, we will be throughout the United States. And it's also is important to understand the options that you have with long-term care. If you certainly are getting just a plain long-term care policy, if you do not use that policy, let's say that your loved one, thank goodness that they never had to use that policy. If it is a straight long-term care policy, if they do not use that policy, you will lose it. Just know that there are other long-term care options out there that, again, if you make that investment, you won't lose those, certainly all the money that you've invested in those long-term care options.
Okay, let's take this phone call. We got one of our favorites. By the way, the topic is, what does America's citizens do with the elderly in our nursing homes bad? We got one of our favorites on the line, Mr. Lowlife from Alabama. Lowlife, please spread the knowledge.
What's happening, man? First off, man, you know what I'm saying? I got a different take on this shit, man. I think the old ass motherfucker, man, is really selfish. You know what I'm saying? For trying to hang on out here, you know what I'm saying? And ruin our nice young lives, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And take care of their old ass. You know, as long as they still walking and talking, and you know what I'm saying, can take care of themselves, it's all great. But once a motherfucker get old and you gotta wipe shit off their ass, they got your whole house smelling like alcohol and all that bullshit, you know what I'm saying? You know, deep down inside, you be like, man, I wish this bitch hurry up and die where I can live right. You know what I'm saying?
So you just gonna be young forever, huh, Lowlife? You not ever gonna grow old then, huh, Lowlife?
I mean, you know, when I get old, you know, I'd rather be dead than be an old motherfucker.
So when you feeling like you can't, you shitting all over yourself, you gonna kill yourself? What you gonna do?
He said he'd rather be dead.
Why you ain't gonna do it? Come on, man, look.
I want to live, you know what I'm saying? I mean, once I'm old and I can't do nothing, you know, hopefully.
You might not know you old. You be sitting there all senile, not knowing what the hell is going on.
I'm on the mercy of the court to work on here, and you know what? If my children don't feel like that they want to do nothing, you know what I'm saying, that's on them. But I'm just saying, like my wife, grandmama and I, we stay in an apartment. This old bitch, you know what I'm saying, staying in this big ass house by herself, where she can go ahead and die, and we can have her house, you know what I'm saying? They don't hold on that house for nothing.
Lowlife,
you know what? His show is, boy.
Lowlife crazy than the motherfucker. Hey, Lowlife, always thanks for the call. But hold on one second. I mean, the way he put it was, you know, it was a little too much. But you guys do you encounter elderly folks who want to die, not just because of money, just they don't want to live this way anymore? Do you guys come across people like that?
Yeah, you run across that all the time, and which is one of the another area of resource that we offer is educating people on the importance of having durable power of attorney. With durable power of attorney, if a senior does not want, to be revived or they don't want to live a certain way, they can have those instructions implemented. Now, I don't, to say that if a senior is healthy and they're just old and take me out because I'm old, I don't. There's no protection for that. And
there's no protection. But when they can't wipe their ass no more, they can say, "It's been one." Is the call? What do they need to do? Go ahead.
Well, what you can do is, and there's no cost, but you can definitely call Miss Smith, and Miss Smith is going to give you the number, and she wants to help your families along with the rest of us. We all want to help you to take care of the seniors in your life that you love.
No, I'm saying it's the senior calling. This person is capable of talking and making a phone call, but they can't wipe their ass no more. Can you guys help them?
Well,
they want to die because they can't wipe their ass.
Well,
can you assist them in dying?
Well, when you are at a point where you have no control over your waste, then there's a memory issue, or there's a concern with dementia or Alzheimer's. And so those people are not capable of making those types of decisions for themselves.
Right.
Y'all send somebody over here to wipe my ass.
No,
one more thing. If most of the time people want to kill themselves because they can't find an answer.
Right.
And that's what Meeting Seniors needs, is because the confusion, it just stresses them out so much that they don't have no answers. And that's the whole purpose of us, to give them answers.
So would you say a lot of those seniors may change their mind and feel better about living if they find somebody who's willing to wipe their ass.
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Right.
Or lead them to somebody that's willing to do it.
Right.
There you go.
We got a phone call. My man Derek from Virginia. I just left Virginia. What's up, Derek?
How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
I was listening to the show while I'm riding on the road, and that caller that you had, Low Life, that's an ignorant ass motherfucker, man. I'm telling you.
He gonna be stuck on the floor somewhere. Yep.
I'll tell you, that shit pissed me off so fucking bad because, I mean, if you live long enough, you're gonna get old, and for them to make jokes about it, I mean, that's just stupid as fuck to me, man. That shit pissed me off. I wish I was close to him. I hit him in his fucking mouth. You know?
Okay, I mean, my man Low Life, y'all.
If you get old,
I'll let you just hit him in the mouth, my man.
Well, you got to understand, seniors are the ones that help shape America. I mean, they're the ones who took their time. They wiped our asses and.
But baby shit smell different than senior shit. Is that a fact?
Well, then you just have to do what you have to do. But your parents, they deserve for you to make time and remember them.
I would wipe my elderly family members' ass because I wouldn't want to put them anywhere where I know. Because like what God Black said, I hear these stories all the time about seniors laying on the floor because, you know, they're probably, you know, some of them probably whine a lot because they're probably in pain. And the people who work there are basically, it's their job. They're there for the check. Everybody's not caring.
Mm-hmm.
So when you send your people off to strangers, I want you to know, how do you know you're leaving them in good hands when you send them to old folks' homes? Or what they call nursing homes? Am I saying that correctly now?
No pun intended, but it's a crapshoot.
It's a crapshoot. I want to talk, when we come back, I want to talk about how you take care of old folks in your family.
We do. That's how we do. I'm telling you.
Okay. We're going to take a break right now.
See, if you married to me, you be all right.
Yeah, right, motherfucker. I know what happened to the last nigga. Hey, look at it. It's the Corey Holcomb 5150 show.
Okay. You know what?
Get the fuck out with your old ass. No, I'm just fucking with you.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Holcomb 5150 show. What does America do with its elderly, and are nursing homes safe? Are nursing homes bad? If you know anything about these nursing homes, give us a call. Are there any good stories about nursing homes? We haven't had any.
A volunteer. I mean, I volunteer it.
You volunteered at a nursing home?
Mm-hmm. 2 of them.
And what would you say about the cleanliness of the place?
Well, see, I don't know if they expect people to come at a certain time, because whenever I've gone, it seems decent.
It seems decent?
Yeah. Seems like everybody's scurrying around, looking after people, and you come, but see, they know a time when the volunteers come. You come to read to them. Just sit there, hold their hands. I paint some nails on the ladies.
You volunteer to read with the senior citizens?
Of course.
That's beautiful.
I take my doggie. Speaking of dogs, take your doggie. They laugh at the dog.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yeah, actually, dogs are good therapy for seniors.
They are. Oh, my God. They love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I actually just recently brought my dad back from East St. Louis, Illinois. He actually has some memory issues. He's a VA vet. He's 78 years old, and he has some memory issues. But when he saw my dog, my puppy, he lit up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's another thing, the VA. Oof, I dealt with the VA when my dad got sick.
Right.
You
don't get much out of that.
You know how it's going, right?
Shut up.
Can the dog show the senior citizen what the shit outside?
Shut up.
Follow Wolfie, motherfucker.
I just got a call. It was your mom calling. She said the dog just came back. Your dog is back.
If that motherfucker came back, he's 20 years old. Anyway, Darlene takes pride in the fact that the elderly in her family are taken care of.
I wouldn't even necessarily just put it on my
at
family.
Home.
I wouldn't even put it
You wouldn't put it on your family?
I put it on my ethnicity.
On your ethnicity?
Yeah, I'm serious.
And you are?
Mexican.
And you are saying?
That we just don't do that. I've never even heard of people just putting somebody up somewhere. We just don't get down like that at all.
I understand. I mean, and I can actually say.
In other words, we'll go with whatever it takes. You know, even the ones with like my dad, for instance, when he was at his very end and he had cancer, he couldn't walk more, but we went ahead and everybody chips in, whether it's time, we pay for hospice. In other words, we'll just break ourselves to the point where, because there's just no way. We just can't. It's just not in our
I
nature.
can see that, because from I moved to Los Angeles in 2000, and it does seem like the Mexican people are family orientated. A lot of them will live in an apartment to make way.
Go. Here you go.
No, I'm
coming.
being serious. I'm not
you
joking.
Got the clown.
And no, that's a good thing that the Mexican citizens over here in America, they stick together. They don't mind having a lot of people in an apartment to get ahead.
There you go.
I'm not trying to knock them. I'm trying to give you a compliment.
All I'm saying is you married to a woman and you held her down and you was a good dude to her, boy, let me tell you.
I could make a Mexican girl change and start resenting her family. I'm good at that.
Oh, there you go.
I'm an expert at this. We called them in because they're the experts on elderly shit.
Good luck, okay.
I'm the expert in female separation from those who care.
Well, the last brother didn't do that.
Well, I mean, I give props to the last brother, but the last brother is not me. You ain't never been with a dude like me.
And let me tell you right now, the person he's with right now, good luck. God forbid something happens to him.
You just wanted to sneak that in.
Yeah, I did.
Stabbing at him.
Fuck
out of here. He might be happy now. You
Bless
don't know.
his heart. Oh, God forbid something happens to him. I don't know. Those folks, her folks, ain't going to take care of him.
Bottom line, I talked a lot of shit, but there's no way I would just turn over my mom.
Not right quick. I mean, if you could.
A nursing home, I wouldn't do it.
You would do all you could, right?
That's right. I would do everything I could. The lady who lives next door to me in the building I live in recently had to turn her mother in, but she took care of her mother for years. I was just going along with everything. What happened is her mother, I think it was dementia or whatever it is,
right.
where, they would be knocking on the door trying to get in, and she had the door locked a certain way where people couldn't get in. And one day she left something on the stove. Coincidentally, they came in around the same time it was getting smoky in the house. And so after that was the point where they was like, we can't leave her here by herself anymore.
Well, that makes sense, right.
But she does come to visit. And that lady, she goes to visit her mom because she cares about her mom. It's just, it was circumstances where there was nothing she can do. And
nobody's saying it's easy. Look, nobody's saying it's easy. I'm not saying what we do is easy.
Yeah.
But we definitely do whatever we could.
That's why when these came to me about this subject, I told you I was going to get it on because I know how important it is.
Thank you, sir.
We have a call.
We got a call. Falls from Texas. Falls, talk to us.
Yes. Hey, Corey, how are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's up, brother?
Hey, look, I'd like to take it to a different level first. I worked with the Employers Retirement System here of Texas, representing 538,000 people. So I've dealt with nursing homes in Texas a whole lot. And one of the things that I think that the listening audience needs to look at first of all, before we get into the other issues, is that the nursing homes are probably the most unregulated agency or whatever you want to call them in the country. In Texas, we have 20 inspectors to inspect all of the damn nursing homes in the whole state. And I think that's the first issue. The listeners need to get out there, work with your legislatures, the elected officials, and put some pressure on them to increase the budget so that nursing homes can be regulated so you don't hear the stories about the people on the floor and not getting changed, et cetera. But you get to the point sometimes where you have no choice. I'm the only child. So I have a mother with Alzheimer's, a wife with breast cancer, and a dad that's ill. So I didn't have any choice. We had people coming in the house. They stole every damn thing. So you get to the point where you might have to go to a nursing home, but do your homework. I visited probably 60% of the nursing homes here in Houston, so I knew that if I ever had to go that route, I knew which nursing home I was going to go to. The second thing is they never knew when I was coming. I would come at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'd come at 5 o'clock in the morning. I hit every single shift. So they knew that I was coming in there. So my loved one got a whole different level of care. Now, that wasn't right. Everyone should have gotten the same level of care. But that's one of the issues that you have to deal with. And then the long-term care. I heard one of the listeners talk about the long-term care. And I'm a strong advocate of long-term care. But it's not just for the elderly. I want to correct that misnomer. It's not just for the elderly. I had an 18-year-old cousin who fell down a stairwell in Denver and ended up being a paraplegic and needed long-term care. So it's not just for the elderly. So whenever you can afford to buy it, buy it. I have a $300,000 policy on myself. That's $300,000 that my family would not have to worry about if something happens to me. But it is really a major issue in terms of how.
What's your address, man?
I'm here in Houston, Texas.
Okay, that's not the address, but we'll find you. Now we want to thank you for your call, man. You shed a lot of light on things, man. That's big. So he says the nursing homes go unregulated. So that explains everything. Anything in this world that you leave unregulated, people are going to abuse power. Always. And I got this little show that I'm shooting, where all the guys who give you tickets for the meters, I always bribe them and be like, hey man, just take this $100. I don't feel like going down there fucking with all that shit. And they always take the $100. I'm gonna start catching them on camera doing that shit.
There you go.
And put them in the situation I'm in.
Yeah.
Now you pay, motherfucker. Anyway, we're gonna get ready to take a short break in a moment. Before I leave, I want to make sure I thank our guests for coming out. And please, if give the people the information on how they can get in touch with you guys once again.
Again, it's Meeting Seniors Needs. The website is www.meetingseniorsneedshotline.com, and you can reach us at 866-960-9261.
And I bet you guys get a lot of hits because people listen to this shit, and people need that information. So thank you guys for coming out. We're going to get ready to take a break on the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. Yeah, Corey Holcomb 5150 hour Foxhole Live. Listen, check it out. We're going to get ready to wrap up the topic. What does America do with its senior citizens and elderly and our nursing homes? Bad. Definitely they're bad if they're not being regulated.
For sure.
Because of what that guy said. I mean, who knew? Oh, by the way, for the end of this segment, to end the show out, we got my man Bill Burr on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Good to have you back.
If you saw the Chappelle show, he was the white guy.
Yeah.
Bill, you've been listening.
They actually revolve 3 white guys in.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Bill was the main white guy. You know him.
White guy number 1.
Is what I say to old women. You know me when you see me.
There you go.
Hey, but listen, Bill, you've been listening. What do you got to say?
Yeah. I was wondering, what's the minimum age where you could go into like an old folks home? Like, what if you don't want to work, you just want to tap out and eat Jell-O and wear slippers?
You know what?
Just hang out. Have somebody take care of you.
Hey, and I'm sure the women in there, they ain't stuck up.
Yeah, just act crazy. No, you know what it was? We were talking during the break, and it really tapped into, like, guys joke about that shit because you don't want to mentally deal with the fact of you breaking down mentally. Like, the second I heard you guys talking about old folks home, all I was thinking was, I'm going to get hit by a bus. The second my life starts to suck, I'm going to get hit by a bus, and I'm not going to have to emotionally deal with any of that shit.
I'm too selfish. I'm going to stick it out. I'm going to be like, I need somebody to wipe my ass. Mm-hmm. But then again, you got to really think about that. That's what I don't think people are thinking about, putting a pamper on a grown man.
Or changing their beds.
Because, I've changed the baby before, and it's not that hard. It's gross. Mm-hmm. But because the baby's legs are little, you can actually hold their legs with one of your hands while you wipe the ass out. Right. But I'm just picturing a 6'5" old man with big-ass calves.
Well,
big wrinkled up 80-year-old ass.
Putting the depend on an old Viking is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
like the Capital One credit card,
motherfucker. You know what? You're big.
Or an old pirate or something. Hurry up. What if he takes a piss while you putting the pamper on? Baby piss is different. You watch that out and be like, okay, fuck it. What if a grown man just skeet on you?
Well, you better hope that person taking care of you adores you.
And what if he takes vitamins? That means his pee is going to be real yellow and it's going to stain the shirt permanently.
Always got to go there.
And old folks take vitamins. That's all I'm saying. They got real strong pee. You can tell they peed on themselves.
Look, all I got to say is be a nice, kind person, and you never know. You might just get looked out for. Somebody's going to look out for you.
Oh. Why did you ask Bill? Our producer wants to know, what does your family do?
What do they do with old people?
Yeah.
Let's see. How did we do it so far? Well, one of them died of cancer, so there was no need for the old folks home.
Right.
But he died at home, or?
No, he died in the hospital. Mm-hmm. They were trying out that radiation stuff on him.
So he saved you guys some money.
Yeah. Right. In a way, yeah, he did. He went quick.
That's fucked up.
And let's see. Then I think another one lived with my uncle. My grandfather lived with my uncle.
What's your background, by the way?
German, Irish, French.
Little culture going on around.
Yeah, and then I don't know. We haven't really had to deal with that. They died when I was young. My grandfather on both sides, they had kids when they were older. They kind of went through the Depression and stuff, so they just sort of tapped out during the times they would have had them in their 20s, right. And then had them later on. So
when
I was like 12, they were like 98.
Right.
You know, keeled over, and that was it. But they didn't really go into a home.
Yeah. I
See,
know.
that
Were you
makes.
trying to go down that route that white people don't take care of their old people?
Well, yeah, because she's proud. She says her family and her heritage.
It's just the truth. Come
Right.
on, don't hate on us.
She tried
now.
to throw that on you, Bill. Did you get
Oh,
that?
yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Come on.
No, I've seen that. I've seen like other Latino comedians say that shit. Like, yeah, we take care of our old people.
It's true. What?
Well, down south, I would say, like real, states that are like, where people still have that mentality of family.
No, I think it's just it's size. Like we have huge family.
It's a lot of motherfuckers.
We got so
Send them over here.
you better pray. Somebody gonna look out for you, Corey. You better hope.
Somebody gonna look out for me. I pay a motherfucker to come look out for me. Hey, come wipe my ass, and I'm paying them, so I ain't got to
I'm
smile.
gonna leave
and be
you there in your
phony.
shitty. Watch, I'm gonna, boy.
Long as you got money to pay for it, a motherfucker will wipe.
No, I
your
think that's
ass.
what you should do. You should pay back your parents is what you should do. But it depends if you have the money now. If you have the money, it's like different times. Back in the day, people lived on farms and stuff. You just built another shack and you stuffed them in there.
Can you imagine?
That was fine. Now it's like people living in apartments.
Right.
I mean, I'm a failure. I'm a 41-year-old guy living in a one-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble. If my parents what am I going to stick them? In the kitchen area?
Right. They close to the fridge. Build a drain in that motherfucker and a chain in there.
Unbelievable.
Listen, no, I want to say this.
I'm just saying. What do you? I mean, it's not like people don't take care of them out of selfishness, 100%.
Hey, Bill.
Sometimes it's like you don't have money. Where are you supposed to put them?
Right.
We don't. Most of my family, we don't.
Earlier, I said.
Stick them on the L-shaped couch.
We don't have money. We just have love. We'll do whatever it takes. I'm telling you.
Earlier, I said you imagine washing and putting a pamper on an old man, but I was thinking, what if you have to give your mom a bath and you have to wash the canal you came out of?
Here you go. Here you go.
Really? 6 minutes into the show, you're going to go all the way to there?
Bro, I'm just saying. I busted out of this motherfucker
that is a
years
decent
ago.
question. That's a decent question.
I'm just saying, you got to think about
But I
this
say you
stuff.
can never go home, right? So I'll have to outsource that job. But what kind of a creep does that for a living? You don't think there's some sort of freaks that are into old people that just seek out work in there? I mean, think about that. When you were 8 years old and you had your dream, was that your dream? Someday I'm working at old folks' home, wiping old people's asses?
All I'm saying, Bill, there's some thick-ass old bitches out there.
You know what, Corey? Cut it out. Okay, look, move on.
Don't knock it till you try. Listen, next week's topic. Listen, double standards in dating. Older man, younger woman, older woman, younger man. Yeah. Younger girls have the advantage because the old motherfuckers only fuck twice.
Well, no, and the older dudes have to have money to get a younger girl. Ain't no younger girl gonna be messing with no old bastard.
Yeah, right. Have you seen the Conga Room crowd? Old motherfuckers can get some pussy down here. Come down to the Conga Room if you're an old man. Just make sure.
Now, you got a shot if their dad didn't stick around. For some reason, then they got that weird father thing going on. They'll hook up with a dude like 20 years older.
Yeah.
Right. You got a lot of girls like that. They like older men.
Some Grecian formula guy.
Ain't nothing motherfucking more satisfying than being 40-year-old at a bitch prom. That is a beautiful fucking thing. You got to buy a lot of liquor, but anyway. Y'all know how it go. This is the Corey Holcomb 5150 show. I want to thank y'all for sitting through it. Get at y'all next week. Big shout out to my man from Chi-Town in the house, Mr. Wayne Williams, and this motherfucker Stephen today for love. Gucci hat wearing motherfucker. Anyway, Corey Holcomb 5150 show. Peace.
Peace.